started the Lusaka July, a really crazy dream that has taken us through a lot. And I think the 2026 theme was. And I think everyone who has been a part of that journey in this room, honestly, thank you so much. You guys have made such a significant impact, not only on the journey of this event, but on the growth of us as female entrepreneurs, as young Zambians that have this dream that takes a lot of people to make come true. So I will point out to Sheila the 140,000 dress. 140,000 kwacha dress. And 𝗚𝗏𝗥𝗟 with her excavator moment. I know Ruth Ronnie's not here with her table. I know Mampi has been killing the fashion for years and years on this platform. 𝗚𝗏𝗦𝗔𝗞𝗔 just shut down the internet with her helicopter arrival. So many moments that were crazy, but every day we went home after an event and just were so grateful and thankful that we built this platform that everyone is so proud to be a part of. So without any further ado, I know everyone's wondering because the last video said another decade of greatness awaits.
Yeah.
Mo, do you have anything to say?
You talk a lot. You said it all.
All right, hold my hand as we announce. Is everyone ready? So before we announce the theme, we'll have to take you guys through what the experience and the promise is. Obviously, another 10 years. How do we impress a crowd like this? You guys have grown with us. I know there's been a lot of chatters of boredom. Hi, Shakira. Yeah, she's bored. Girls like, listen, I came last year. What's new this year? I hear you. And it's true, but sometimes when you're building something, you have to be patient, even when you're bored, even when you think that you're not growing. And I think it's time for us to venture into the next decade boldly, confidently, and in a way that puts us in a space where I think we're doing this for the country and for the greater good. So, the Lusaka July 2026 10th edition will look like this. The red artwork. Put up the red one. All right, so that's 3 days of fashion. That is the Lusaka July 2026. And the official theme is the tale of a ruby.
Tell the history behind it, like what it means.
All right, so in case you're wondering what that means, I did say earlier that the decade of Lusaka July has put immense pressure on us, right? I think you guys would agree that you've seen us break, you've seen us build, you've seen us, I think this platform has really given us the tenacity and the strength we needed as female entrepreneurs. And if you know about the ruby, is that it's a mineral, it's a gemstone that builds well under pressure. And the rarity of that red color, that beaming color, is just so full of potential and possibility. And we see ourselves through that every single step and where we are at right now with the Lusaka July. So we invite you all to interpret the tale of a ruby as best as you can.
Okay, my mic isn't working. Let me help. Okay, so guys, you know, between my sister and I, she's the comms person, right? I'm all about my money, operations, and all of that. But during strat meetings, I asked her and I said, are people going to understand what this means? So I'll break it down in case there are other money heads, number heads that don't quite get the creativity. What Lusaka July will look like for the next 10 years will be a 3-day event. Day 1 will be a night of culture. We have partnered with National Museum. Day 2 will be a golf day at Bonanza Estate. Day 3 will be a fashion gala night at Mulungushi Conference Center. That's what this theme, that's where you will interpret the theme, the tale of a ruby. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask on the red carpet, because I think now there's a few other officialities, are there?
No, does anyone, she's just not going to open up a big conversation like that and then say, I'm out. Does anyone have any questions? No? Is it clear? Is it clear? Okay, so are you guys excited? Are you guys excited? Okay, that's good. That's good. So that is 3 days of fashion. Lusaka July will open up with the night of culture because I think it's so important for us to continue embracing culture. The sports tourism element with the golf we're so excited about. In fact, our colleague from the Tourism Council, Mulemwa, is here to speak a little bit more on that. Because I think as fashionistas, we have seen the potential of this event and what it does continentally to position Zambia as a leader in creative spaces and entertainment and media. But the sport element is exciting. There's so much opportunity for us to grow into, and we really are welcoming it. The gala night is insane because this theme at the gala night, I can see all of you guys are already like mapping out your outfits. I'm so excited, but the thing is, you've got to do it all. And the one thing that really kept us away from growing this event this way was that we would just pick and choose our audiences, and how do we ensure that every one of you stays excited on each night? And I guess that's a challenge to you guys. We will wait to be pleasantly surprised. But all in all, I think we're excited that you guys are happy with this, right? Because it has to be a joint effort. Shakira, are you bored? Are you? I love it. I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming through to the Lusaka July theme reveal soiree. Please welcome Mulemwa as she guides us into this new exciting space of sports tourism.
Hi. Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing? By a show of hands, how many of us have been a part of the last 10 years? Okay, so at least we know they are very good at managing relationships, including bullying me to be here at this hour. I met Chichi by accident about 10 years ago. By accident because I was working on the 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏 Music Festival, and we needed somebody, because I think that's the time that social media was coming on. And somebody said, there's a very clever girl who's coming from the Copper Belt, I think. Were you from the Copper Belt at the time? Yes. So the recommendation came that we should onboard her, and she's been my sister for the last 10 years. I have 2 gray hairs that I can attribute to what these two have put me through in the last 10 years. So without going through the protocols, because I think we received apologies from the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Arts, who were supposed to officiate as guest of honor. We did receive apologies very late in the evening, so on behalf of the Permanent Secretary, please receive his apologies due to circumstances beyond his control. To everybody that has been a part of this process, we express our gratitude for being a part of a story that is not a traditional story. I stand here with a sense of honor and privilege, because I stand before you today to represent the Tourism Council of Zambia, but I am also looking at a conversation that was started by the sisters that has not been fully comprehended. When you look at the visitor economy, we're talking about anybody that is, when we define a tourist, we're talking about somebody that has traveled for more than 24 hours, less than a year. That is the academic definition. What they have proposed to do was to build an experience platform that has brought us together, where we experience certain things at a certain time during the year, an activity that we look forward to. And they do bring numbers into the destination. What we haven't done too well is to support them in building the numbers. And so on behalf of the Tourism Council of Zambia, that I would like to introduce to most of you that may not be familiar with, we are a private sector body that is an organization for tourism enterprises and for tourism businesses that basically provides a voice for the industry, for professions and trades that are connected to the tourism sector. I stand before you to support this event, an event that has confidently pivoted into the golfing arena. This evolution is timely. Golf and sports tourism broadly are emerging as high-value products across destinations in the region, attracting visitors that are seeking premium experiences. Golfing is an all-round experience, and post-2020, we are now working with a sector that is dependent on the involvement of individuals and businesses such as PR media that are basically supporting the diversification agenda of the economy. Tourism is more than just a leisure travel activity. It is a diverse ecosystem that has that spans and touches a number of different areas. I will not bore you, but you know that when you look at the sports tourism, just the last activity that they had where we were launching the golf theme, you could see how much you guys as fashionistas, as fashion designers, how much effort you put into that concept. And that alone was an ecosystem that was supported, from the ones that designed the outfits, the ones that wore the outfits, the businesses, the media houses that were supported. Today, as we transition this, we need to appreciate that the global golf tourism market is valued currently at $27 billion as of 2025. When we sit here and discuss a plan for a 3-day activity. It means that we're discussing how we're going to now have this event transition from a social gathering to a key economic activity that is cutting across the sports industry, the fashion industry, and more importantly, the tourism industry that I am here to represent. Our national ambition is to welcome 5 million international arrivals as a minimum target from 2031. This target is not for government, it is a shared responsibility. Zambia must increase tourist arrivals, picking from the 2.2 million that came in as of 2025. It means that we all have a responsibility to grow this number each year and to raise our own numbers. Our country already possesses the infrastructure, as you've heard, that we are going to have a 3-day-long activity that is going to leverage the cultural heritage asset, which is under the Lusaka Museum, the MICE asset, which is the business events venue, which is Mulungushi Conference Center, and the sports tourism venue, which is Bonanza. This capacity positions sports tourism as a high-value growth area for Destination Zambia, making every effort, such as this one today, to elevate and promote sports tourism worthy of policy attention and sustained investment. This is the moment that is shaping the future of Zambia's tourism. We owe it to ourselves to seize it with purpose, unity, and ambition. As I conclude, I would like to extend an invitation to the PR Media Girls on behalf of the Africa Golf Tourism Convention, which is scheduled for the 18th to the 21st of August, to give you an appreciation of what such an event is going to look like later in the year and for the next 10 years. This event is positioned as a regional golf tourism trade and investment platform, bringing together various destinations and as well as showcasing our golf tourism potential. What we now need to look at as participants in this event tonight is to really identify how are we going to package Zambia? What are we going to do in these 3 days that is going to put Zambia on the map, make this event attractive? This will be year one of the 3 days of the Lusaka July. How do we then translate that to an event that is going to not just attract numbers from Lusaka, numbers from our 10 provinces, but numbers from across the region? It remains for us to congratulate the PR Girls Media Management for their visionary leadership, their innovation, and in identifying the opportunities that are hidden in plain sight. The tourism sector is green territory for ready startups who are bold enough to shape the next chapter. I'd like to take this moment to congratulate you ladies for the last 10 years. Well done. And I'd like to thank you everybody for your attention. Tonight was not about long speeches, but I think it was very important for us to contextualize why we are here, what we expect as a sector, and the support that we are going to put out. So each one of us, as we go back, we are not just thinking about the outfits that we wear, but what is the story that we're going to be putting out when it comes to the promotion of Destination Zambia. I'd like to thank you for your attention. Good night.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Mulemo. I'll have to ask Digital Events to pull up that photo because I don't think I've even seen that photo of her. But I remember this was 2019, right, Wanda?
Yeah.
I think that was 2019. And the story
21st
that
century
Mulemo forgot to share is that there's a lot of things that we couldn't afford when we just first started this event. And Mulemo was in decor. And I think she would bring some stuff for us, pro bono. And she would just be like, oh, I don't like to dress up, but I'll just pose for a photo. And I remember this is one of those afternoons, so she would always hang out with us, give us the best words of encouragement and just a confidence boost. Help us out where she could, and then just leave. Thank you so much, Mulemwa. Outside of our professional relationship and the support that the Tourism Council of Zambia has offered this event, it's also beautiful to just have these relationships with people. And honestly, like I keep saying thank you. I know I'm gonna keep sounding like a broken record, but really, this night is not just a night to celebrate 10 years. It's a night to celebrate friendships, relationships, and just each other's dreams and ambition. I know there's a lot of you whose fashion businesses have been profiled on this event. And I know there was one time when my sister came into we have these coffee mornings, and she said, I watched this Eddie Murphy documentary, and I was like, who watches an Eddie Murphy documentary? But okay, that's Monday. And she said, there was something that I picked up, and the interviewer thanked him for being responsible with his talent. And she said, you know what, I've never looked at it that way, that sometimes when you don't give up, you actually are prolonging other people's time to fulfill their dreams. So Monde, thank you. You're not just my little sister, my business partner, but thank you for extending your talent, your skills, and never giving up on us. And look at us now, 10 years in. Another 10 years to go. Okay, come up and hug me. Now you come up and hug me. All right, guys. So, like Wanda said, I could talk on forever. I appreciate all of you guys. Super proud of all of you. Thank you so much for coming. DJ Ama, if you could please take it away. I do know you have a killer set for us. It is a celebratory night. But I'm not hearing enough hollering. Why? All right. Digital events, I'll have to ask you guys to play that Lusaka July 2026 weekend recap and end it off with that beautiful red ruby. Just all of us can bask in it and be inspired. Thank you. But there's so much food. Nando's, I believe 𝗚𝗘, and Vida Cafe are catering. Please help yourself out to something. Please eat something. Stella Twa is here, Brutal Fruits here. Nederberg has wine. Old Buck, Glenlivet. I really shouldn't be saying this, but feel free to get drunk.
Feel free to get drunk.